Welcome back, Guardians, to another episode of the DTR Podcast. I am your host, Jay, and joining me as always are my amazing friends. First up, we have JRam9119. JRam, what's up?
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up? How are you? Good?
I'm gonna try to watch those audio spikes this time around.
Spikes? I told you have to get good at COD first, you know? You have to get good at COD. I'm kidding. Next up, we have Joker. Joker, what's up, man? How are you?
What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages? Joker back again, of course, once again.
What's up? How are you?
Same shit, different day. Tired. I was up streaming with
my
my boys till like 10 this morning.
Ooh, how
something
was
like that. Well, I got a Mindbender's Ambition, and I got the curated role for the Warden hand cannon. So there you go.
Nice. So you were just playing D2? Any other games?
Yeah, we were just playing D2,
Nice.
and then we did Iron Banner and knocked out all the weeklies and shit. You know.
Nice.
I was like, I hadn't done any of that because I've been grinding for the Mindbenders all week and still hadn't got it.
Oof,
Da.
That's bad. But you had fun doing the grind, right?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
I mean, anything can be fun just as long as you got buddies to do it with, right?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. All right, so we don't have too much to talk about tonight, guys. We're going to go through some Iron Banner stuff, Festival of the Laws, talk about a small D3 leak, came from I guess we can say a reliable source, because so far that person has not been wrong about anything, right? So far, he has a good track record. So far.
Yeah. I like what Joker said. The ish. It's not like he's 100% correct, but everything that's
so far.
He's been in the ballpark, right?
Yeah. He's been in the ballpark at least.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about that, and I think that's really it. Not too much news tonight, so it should be a quick show. And also Fallout 76, that beta is out only for a few hours. So I really would like to go play that soon. All right, so
is that just a pre-order beta, or is that like a live to everybody beta?
It's just a pre-order beta. It's like it's only for like 4 hours. That's all.
Oh, fuck that. That sounds.
It's the whole game too, so you can get as far as you want, and I believe the progress does transfer over when the full game comes out. So that's great.
Oh, that's that's kind of cool.
That is cool. That is great. So, what is the most fun you guys had in Destiny this week, Joker? You, besides grinding for the Mindbender.
I mean, jeez, ish. Yeah. I don't know, man. Grinding for that gun, dude. Actually, my favorite part of doing that strike, and this is me nerding out, is when whatever his fucking name is, goes behind the wall and just starts summoning the minions, and you and your buddies, you have supers, and you just start dropping supers and just annihilating all these ads.
That is a lot of fun.
That is just so much fun.
That strike was very painful to do, like the first week of of Forsaken. That strike was very, very stressful. J-Ram, how about you?
Oh, I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on that one because I did not turn on Destiny at all.
What
week.
have you been playing?
It was double XP weekend in COD.
Oh, that's right. I was working. Dang it.
Yeah, so I prestige and a half, baby.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so
nice.
I grinded that hard all weekend.
So you're really enjoying that game.
Oh, it's so good.
It's fun, yeah.
Now I know there's probably people out there in internet world, that are gonna disagree with me, and that's fine. I mean, but what this COD reminds me of is when I went to college, as an undergrad, I didn't play any video games because I was like, I don't want to fail. Video games, will keep me away from studying and everything. So I got my undergrad, and then I went right into my master's program and got my master's. The day that I got my master's, I drove to Best Buy, still in my gown from when I walked, and I bought a TV and an Xbox 360, and I bought Black Ops 2.
Nice.
And I played that for a week straight, like Joker, like how Joker plays, like till 10 in the morning. Although I wasn't streaming, I didn't have anybody to play with, so I just played by myself. But this game reminds me of that. It brought me back to that.
It is a lot of fun. I will say that.
Yeah. So I wish the time to kill, like you have like 150 HP right now.
Yes.
If you had 125, I think that'd be the sweet spot, because there are some times where I get to jump on guys And I'm like, man, if their health was just a little bit lower, I would have definitely taken 2 or 3 of them out because I flanked and I had the upper hand. But then, they turn and team shoot me. But other than that little minute detail, which the team shooting is nowhere near as what it was in D2 year 1.
But correct me if I'm wrong, the health used to be 200, right, back in the open beta? Because they did tweak that game a lot.
Yeah. I think it was 200, but the problem is now you can stim yourself as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Whereas before if you wanted to heal, you'd have to run, hide. Yeah, you'd have to live to fight another day.
Yeah.
Is basically what. Now it's just you could just hit the stim real fast. So if I'm shooting one,
have the normal revive mechanic.
Right. But other than that, man, it is fantastic. I mean, I absolutely love it.
Are you enjoying Blackout?
Excuse me. I haven't played that as much. So have I played it? Yes. Do I like it? Absolutely.
It's
but
fun.
I haven't played it enough to talk about it intelligently, so I'm not going to talk about it.
Makes sense. Joker,
right.
Have you been playing BO4 or have
No, I didn't buy Black Ops.
Right.
Yeah.
I personally
Call of Duty's never been my thing. So yeah, it is what it is.
It's all right. So yeah, for me this week, I did play some Iron Banner, and then after that, now I'm just playing the Fallout 76 beta, which I will be continuing after this show. And other than that, I think that's it, and right back to work. Yeah. All right. So speaking of Iron Banner, Joker, I know you've been playing. J-Rum, any Iron Banner this week? None. No Iron Banner. All right. But you already have a pulse rifle, right?
I don't even care about it.
It's a really good pulse rifle.
Here's the thing, dude. There is nothing in PvP that is drawing me in to want to play it. First and foremost, the armor is nothing special. Second, the guns are okay, but I found the ones that I really like, so I'm the type once I find that setup, I don't deviate from it. So in terms of the guns, I really don't care about them. And to be honest, and I know this is gonna come up, this is gonna sound douchey, all right, but there are other games that do PvP better. And in my opinion, which is only important to me, it's Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
So
no.
Some people will disagree.
Ew.
I will say that. But tell me, how, in your opinion, how can PvP be improved then? Because I think it's in a good spot. And in my opinion, I think PvP is in a good spot right now than what we've had.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean,
I think if just listening to J-Ram talk, it's a reason. He wants a reason, right? He can go in and play, Black Ops, and he can get prestige, and he can unlock gear, yada 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 yada. If it's like every other Call of Duty that's ever existed. But then you go into Destiny, and it's like, okay, I have all the gear I want anyways, and your PvP armor looks like shit. Why am I here? Why am I wasting my time? There's nothing to progress towards.
You know what, Joker? I'm gonna take that one step further. The PvP armor doesn't have any special perks or anything. It really doesn't change the way I play the game in the slightest. So it's since it's that thing, I'm like, you know what? I really don't care about it.
Remember in Destiny 1 where you would get I think it started on Trials gear, but I want to say they brought it to other PvP sets where you would get the when you respawned for 3 seconds, you moved faster or stuff like that. Yeah. That was PvP perks.
I didn't even know that, but yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Okay, yeah, see, little things like that. Or I mean, there are raid modifications that you can put on your gear that help you out in the raid. If they had PvP stuff like that, maybe I would be more inclined to play it.
Right.
And in terms of and things to grind, repaired leaks in chat right now, it just says, what about the Luna's Howl from Comp?
I was just about to say that, yeah.
Yeah. Number one, Comp is, from what I understand, the most unsatisfying grind there is.
Right.
Why do I want to play something that is not fun? 2, I am in love with my Better Devils that has explosive rounds and outlaw. What more do I want in a gun? I have another Better Devils that has explosive rounds and auto loading holster. So when that runs out of ammo, I switch to my secondary, or in this case, the energy. Shoot that,
Right.
and by the time I'm ready to go back to my better devils, it's reloaded automatically. Do you get that with the Luna's Howl? Like what makes that Luna's Howl so great?
The capacity to have the fastest time to kill in the game.
Okay, but that's only in PvP,
Right.
which I don't play.
Yeah.
Ergo, I don't need the gun.
Right. No, I feel it. I'm in kind of a weirder place because my favorite hand cannon right now is Malfeasance, and it's not good.
Yeah.
By no means is it good. I mean, it's like a competent 180, right? And it actually has damage potential wise to be the most damaging primary weapon in the game. But at that point, you're using it against bosses like, that you're going to be using your EP or your Whisper or your Sleeper against.
Dude, are you ready to get salty?
I'm ready to get super salty.
Tell us. I have my water ready.
So when Malfeasance quest was active, I didn't even know it was active. So I went into Gambit for the daily.
Don't tell me.
And the meatball,
No, that's what I did.
Yeah, and the meatball spawned. Hold on, the meatball spawned, and I'm like, oh shit, it's a new boss. That's cool. But we didn't win that round. We didn't win that game.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, well, I'll just do another Gambit because now I'll just do the weekly and get that knocked out. So
Right.
second time in, meatball spawned again.
What?
We crushed it. I get this seething heart thing. I'm like, what is this? So then I look it up, and then it says, it's the start of the Malfeasance quest. And I go into my Discord and I see everybody they've been playing it for 3 days.
Hours, yeah.
Yeah, nothing. And I'm like, I go, I could say something, but I think this is a battle I don't want to fight, so I'm just gonna stay quiet.
You can choose your battles.
Yeah. So I stay.
Let me tell you about mine.
Yeah.
So I was going and doing the weekly like you were doing, and the third game, it popped up for me, and we crushed it, dude.
Awesome.
Whatever. And I was I think I was solo queuing or something, and my brother later comes on, and I'm sitting here going through the quest, and I was like, dude, help me out. We got to play a lot of Gambit, anyways, by the end of the quest, and so you'll probably get it while we're doing that. He's like, no, I'm gonna grind, and he played. I'm not even joking. He played 3 days, pretty much solid, morning, noon, and night, and he was just trying to get it. Didn't get to spawn. The second he started helping me out with the quest line, we went in to go get the 10 games. The end of the 10 games, we got the meatball to spawn twice back to back. So I knocked out Malfeasance, I knocked out the ship, and I knocked out the Sparrow.
See, I wonder if that's hardcore RNG or if that was a bug.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because isn't the whole idea behind RNG and I'm going to use this term loosely, is its unpredictability? That's why it's a random number generator. But all random number generators are not purely random. There is something going on.
It's skewed.
Yeah.
It's definitely there's a skewing.
But
and I wonder if
that's a bug.
Or if there's a system in place that if somebody's already got it, it's more likely to spawn around them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe. They're obviously going to have people helping them, and it would be kind of dickish to oh, well, this is the only guy who's got it, so in that fire team, so maybe, I don't know. That's wishful thinking. I hope it works like that.
Right.
That would be cool.
That could be it.
Yeah, I haven't even tried to go after that yet, because I've seen that people go hours and hours. I'm like, I don't have time for that.
I don't think it was meant to be grinded for. I'm going to be straight up.
Yeah.
I think it was meant to be one of those things, if it happened, it happened. Yeah, because I think that's part of the reason why it's not all that great.
Yeah. Not all that. Well, I can agree with that, but at the same time, I love the fact that something like this is in the game, because these are some of the events that from the PvE side we've been wanting for a while. Excuse me, for a while.
Yeah.
Give us a reason to go in and do these things, and we'll do them.
Oh, yeah. So overall, how is Festival of the Lost treating you guys so far, J-Ram?
I love it. I like the little troll at the very end where you fall through.
Yeah, that's cool.
But once you know that, all you have to do is just spam jump and go on one of the sides, and you never fall down. So that's simple. I don't like the fact that it's timed. I just wish it was not timed. and you could just keep going as far as you could.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool if there was like a life element to it instead of a time element, where you have a pool of lives and you can like every time you go get a boss, you can like refill that pool of lives.
Yeah.
And then you can tell I wrote a video about this and I haven't recorded it yet, but on how to make this better. But like you could go infinitely as long as you have lives, and when you get to that boss and you kill the boss, it replenishes your lives. And I think there should also be some like objective stuff, right? Like that one mission, I can't remember the name of it. I think it's like Glitch in the Matrix or something, bug in the system, where you're on. It's a Curse of Osiris mission, and you're doing the tower defense.
Yeah.
And you've got to hold the point where the hive are coming from. Dude, I think like adding where you warp to a place and you got to hold the point for like X amount of time. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
I think having to jump through some hoops to unlock more passageways would be cool. And then like having bosses with more mechanics, like the Court of Oryx bosses. I think that would be really cool.
Well, there is one thing that we definitely know now is that Bungie can create a horde mode where random perks get applied on different rounds.
Yep.
And that the further you go, the more likely you are to get a better reward.
Yep.
So now the part of the equation is, okay, we need to implement this now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Permanently.
So I think your idea of the revive pool is perfect.
Yep.
For every 3 levels, maybe you get back 2 lives or 2 revives or something like that.
Yep.
And just keep moving and as far as you can go. I think that's an excellent idea.
Yep. I think that fixes people are just gonna like be in here infinitely, or whatever, running up server space and whatnot, like being AFK or whatnot, even though there's like a kick, and that never seems to work.
It works. I've gone AFK in the Dreaming City, and I've gotten kicked out pretty fast.
Well, it's so inconsistent, is what I'm saying.
I've gone
yeah. If I'm chilling in the Dreaming City or I'm chilling in the tower, I'm gone in like 2 minutes, dude. If I got some rando AFK in my strike,
no.
the whole
I don't go AFK in a strike, but if I'm in a patrol and I go AFK to like go fix some food or something, come back, I'm kicked out, and it'd be like 3 minutes, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We've all been. So I think there's that, so they need to figure out a way where they can like burn lives or something, or have something where players, unless they're actively engaging, aren't there for a long period.
Also, we didn't even touch on this, and I think this is brilliant.
What? Tell us.
You can go in solo or matchmaking.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is awesome. We need more of that. More of that.
Yes, I think strikes may be needed, just because like some people like to solo strikes, and right? No.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I'd love to do it. I love doing that back in D1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to solo the Nightfall all the time in D1, but I don't do it now because it's like I have a weapon I need to get. I have a shotgun.
Especially when it was solar burn.
Oh God.
You just take that icebreaker.
Yeah, or Galahorn.
It was a good way to relax and just shoot things.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of matchmaking, what is the state of guided games? Like, was that improved in Forsaken or no?
No.
Like, did they tweak
it? They didn't address it. Now, It was funny because me and my buddy.
Roadmap. Oh, sorry.
We were doing the Nightfall this week for the Mindbenders, and the guided games was the same Nightfall this week. So if we didn't have another dude on, we just go in and guide people. So my clan has an awesome rep at this point. Yay!
Good.
Ooh, nice.
Did that a couple hundred times.
I really don't know where Bungie wants to take this guided games thing. I understand they want to create a safe and positive environment for everybody to exist in.
Just like Sony.
That is their ideology. I get that.
don't think J-Rum caught it.
Well, no, I heard you.
Oh.
So to speak. Yeah. No, I get it.
He's like, I'm trying to be the adult here.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We'll get back to that, anyways. No, but I mean that's their ideology. That's what they want to create.
Yeah.
Me being the pragmatic worldview person, that's never going to exist.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you do you just consider that a fail and put it back on the shelf, or do you open it up a little bit more to kind of get people more involved in it? It's just like I said, you're always gonna have somebody that is a little bit obtuse, somebody who just doesn't want to act with everybody else,
doesn't quite mesh with social situations. There we go.
I don't want to say I don't want to say that. What I really want to say is you're always gonna have
an asshole.
You're always gonna have one. There should at least be some sort of voting mechanic where we can,
Vote to kick.
Yeah. Is J-Ram being a dick? Sure. Vote to kick. Hit, somebody puts it, and then if there's enough votes, boom, he's kicked out. You never have to worry about that person.
But then there'll be trolls with that, because there are trolls like that in Rainbow.
But Jay, there's trolls already.
Okay,
at least now
true.
you got the option to get rid of the troll.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. When you go into guided, I don't know if you've ever done the guided games. When you go into guided games, you pick either you're a guide or you're a seeker.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're guiding people, right? Like you're not. Usually it's like one or two people guiding, and then they're guiding like an additional person. So what we've been doing, we've been using that to just fill a spot. When we're running Nightfalls. Okay. And I think that they could do things like increase reward drops for, using that one as opposed to doing the normal Nightfall one or something like that to incentivize it. It needs to be incentivized. But I think ultimately what they need to treat it as is a match-made Nightfall.
Hey, let me ask you this question, Joker. All right, because I hear this argument all the time, which is we want to get rid of the trolls. We don't want people that are being jerks playing with other people. Now, you just said yourself that you've done a lot of guided games.
Yeah.
Your clan has a great reputation with the guided game system. I've done guided games before. I personally have never had that issue arise where somebody was just being a complete jerk.
Yeah, neither have I, dude.
Okay. So is this the fear talking? Do you know what I mean? Is this
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's one of those things where you go into competitive multiplayer, or you go into, I would even say like a raid. I think more high stakes activities definitely bring out the worst in people.
I could see that. Pressures are high, stress is high. Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying that these people would be like dicks. I'm saying that these people would go, why did you fucking miss that plate for the umpteenth time? Like they would do with their normal raid group.
Yeah.
But then, like, somebody who doesn't know that person might take that more offensively.
Right.
So I think that there's that issue, which is its own thing. But if you're talking about, like, somebody coming in and, like being a racist, sexist, dumbass, talking shit in the chat, I've not had that happen once.
Now, in D1, obviously, we did not have guided games whatsoever. We had LFG to rely on. Yeah. I've used LFG extensively, and I still may have encountered that 5 times as opposed to the 250 times that I actually did LFG.
And you can always tell it's like a kid too.
Yeah. In other words, what I'm really trying to say here is, are we being fed this idea that there's always going to be these trolls out there, and that's why this thing isn't a full-blown matchmaking system?
Right.
Or we just don't have it because they just don't want to do it.
Well, if you remember,
my overall opinion of this, using LFG or using the guided games, is I've always had a very pleasant experience.
Yeah.
It's been, when you look at how the enjoyment I've had compared to the enjoyment I haven't, it's infinitesimal. I mean, it's like non-existent.
Well, even if you go just to look back when guided games was first announced, right? One person who was announcing it was like, we want this to be a safe place where yada 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 yada, and I don't want to deal with trolls and any of that other nonsense.
I think that's a buzz phrase. It's bullshit. I really do.
Yeah. So maybe that's why that mentality though is out in the community. The Bungie created that mythology themselves.
Yeah.
Or maybe this person did have that experience. I'm not going to deny that. That's a possibility.
Right.
But you've now created this mythology that I don't think is representative of this community.
this is exactly like mom and dad saying, don't go into the woods because it's really bad in there. But then once you go into the woods, it's not that bad.
Right.
They're just too afraid for you to experience something real.
Yep.
You
Give me
know.
a second.
You do your thing, buddy.
I just hope they just go full blown with the matchmaking for their raids.
I absolutely.
Me personally.
Now, Jay, what I will disagree with you on is Riven's Curse should that's the name of the raid, right? Riven's Curse. Last Wish, sorry.
You're fine.
Wow, yeah, it's been a while since I got in there. I don't think that should have matchmaking.
Okay.
I think Leviathan all the way up to Spire of Stars should. And then Riven's Curse, once the new raid layer, I said it again. once the new raid layer kicks in, that's when Last Wish should get some love in the matchmaking department. Because
I know there's guided games for Last Wish right now.
Right. And right now, just like what Joker said, in terms of somebody getting like salty because one person's not shooting the correct eyeball. That tensions get really high there because you could be hitting every single note, man, and then you got one person that screws up an eyeball and the whole team wipes.
Yep.
Which, I mean, that could really piss people off. So I can see that, but Leviathan on up to Spire of Stars, we are so overpowered right now in terms of power level compared to the enemy that you can make up for somebody's mistake. So I think those older raids should have matchmaking, because then it enables people to start meeting other people, and then you could sit there and go, wow, I've been raiding with these guys that I met through through Bungie's matchmaking. I think I'm going to send them a message and see if they want to do a Last Wish raid.
Yep. Yeah. And like even to kind of talk about that, like the Xbox has their own like guided games LFG thing.
Yeah.
And you go in and you like put what activity you want, and you put a bunch of tags, and you just get messages, and you can like see people's stats and stuff if you choose to go out of your way to do so.
Yeah.
Before inviting them. Okay, that's great. Why doesn't Destiny have that?
It should.
I don't know. Listen, there's a reason for it. We are not in those meetings, so therefore
I would like to be in those meetings.
It's probably no. I can tell you. It's probably a time versus investment. The community has already built these infrastructures, and they're way more comprehensive than what Bungie is going to put together.
Yeah.
And they're already out there. So short of making a matchmaking, Bungie, it's a time versus money versus investment. Why make something that's already made?
Well, let's hope it's in Destiny 3, which is a good segue for the leak, right?
Oh.
It's a good segue. You know what?
You've been practicing, huh?
I have been practicing. I have, Anyway, so there has been a leak on Reddit from which I've said earlier was a reliable source, but it may not be a reliable source. He has a good track record so far. And basically it is that Destiny 3 has just gone into full development, and Christopher Barrett is now taking over from Luke Smith. That's interesting. And also that the sequel will go into full RPG mechanics, and that the open world will have PvPvE. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
PvPvE, okay. And that the game is slated for 2020 or later. And also that they are working on a second expansion that will be released 2019 of September of 2019.
What? I can't fucking remember it off the top of my head, but the Division has the PvEVP.
But
yes,
the person did say that it will not be like the Division's Dark Zone. It will be more of a, and I quote, like fight for a territory. That's interesting, whatever that means. And that Europa will be one of the patrol zones, which is also interesting.
Yeah, but did they say that this was going to be like the entire patrol zone, or did they just say that this would be an area in the patrol zone? Because if it's an area in the patrol zone, we can kind of look at what Division did and say that, but with different mechanics, with a different goal.
Yeah, that's.
I think it will just be zones, because it says that the hybrid PvPvE zones won't be like the Division. So because it said zones, I'm thinking certain zones in the patrol zone.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I mean, it doesn't, because when you think about it in terms of the Division, which you're saying it's not like this, but when you think about the Division, you literally have the Dark Zone in the middle of the map, and then PvE is around it.
But when you hear fight for territory. What could that mean? Like fight for territory?
Maybe
That's a very weird.
Do you want the jaded version or do you want the hyped version?
You have a hype version?
Yeah.
Maybe I could probably pull
I'm
something out
interested.
my ass.
Say it. I want to hear it.
Okay, the jaded version is this is like just some bullshit thing that's going to be on an invisible leaderboard somewhere, and we're never going to really know. Kind of like clan wars or like the clan rallies.
That clan rally stuff, man. If they put a leaderboard up on there, man, that would completely change the focus of it.
Mm-hmm.
People will want to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what it could be, could be cool, is you go in and you have like you have Earth, right? And say Dark Guardians, because that's a fucking stupid idea, but we'll get to that. Dark Guardians have taken over Earth, and you have to push them back. Or the Guardians have reclaimed Earth, and the Dark Guardians have to push them back, or something for some reason.
I wonder if this has anything to do with clans. No, I'm sorry, not clans. Factions.
Yeah, maybe. That would be cool. Like a straight up faction war, and you go and take like a planet for your faction.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're alluding to.
Well, what I'm thinking is because we have the Penumbra thing that's coming out next summer, and then most likely we're gonna have those triangle ships be the focus on the next expansion. Could that most likely lead us into having Dark Guardians? Because I feel like now we're starting to be split because after there's
let me explain
whatever
lore. Let me do that. Let me do my thing.
I did my thing. Now just piece it together.
So you set it up.
I set it up.
Yeah. Gave me the underhand.
Better than the reach around.
Well, hold on. Depends on the time of day, good sir. So the way light works, the way Guardians work, okay, is our ghost channels light back and forth between us and the Traveler, okay? As we grow stronger, so too does the Traveler grow stronger. Mm-hmm. So one of two things would have to happen. Either A, the ghost would have to be willing to channel darkness for us to have dark powers. Mm-hmm. Or B, our ghost dies, and we get something else.
But don't we technically grab light with the whole in Gambit? Aren't those motes of darkness technically?
Yeah, but they'll disappear if you don't like bank them.
Oh, well, yeah. Sorry.
And they don't change our powers or how we're channeling powers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The closest thing that comes to changing our powers is the Taken relic in the raid. Mm-hmm. But even that's temporary. Because our light kind of
and we do become
the lore behind that is the light will basically it'll expunge it from us eventually.
Mm-hmm. So J-Ron, what is your opinion on the PvPvE?
I know they said it's not like the Division where you're going around, you're collecting material, somebody kills you, they can steal your stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So if that's not what it is, then what the hell is it? Mm-hmm. Like, is it you're killing Guardians, and by killing the Guardians or defeating Guardians, let's say defeating, not killing, but defeating, you have this like ranking system where, you know, let's say it's spot A on the map, and let's hypothetically say Future War Call kind of owns that spot. Dead Orbit is just crushing them.
Oh God, what if it's just the gyms from Pokemon Go?
But do you see what I mean? Like I don't know what it could be then. Mm-hmm. Unless you're fighting, if you're fighting for territory, my question is, what is so valuable within that piece of territory that I want? Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I'm not going to go there.
It would be really cool if they're able to have it like, if you are the darkness, then you have to like steal the territory from the light guardians. Like, you have to do it for the darkness, and the light guardians have to do it for the city, right? And then like you're fighting, so and then they can incorporate a ranking system to that, right? Does my idea make sense?
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like I said, why am I fighting?
Yeah, well, yeah, they would have to set up the story of it.
I think within your scenario, number one, you're assuming that there's going to be a choice that we have to make. Do we want to be good Guardian or a bad
Well,
Guardian.
yeah, it said that they are going to embrace the full RPG mechanic. So I can definitely see them doing that. Like, as soon as you load up the game, you have to make a choice: fight for the light or fight for the dark. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with that.
Joker, your thoughts? Are you falling asleep?
No. I was typing something, dude. I was typing something into the chat. Okay.
I know you're tired.
No. So the fight for the light, again, this makes little to no sense, right?
Wow.
Because the darkness, sort of logic, right? The darkness is entropy essentially.
Okay.
And so it wants everything to end, where light wants things to live, and the balance is things live, things die.
Mm-hmm.
So it would, unless you have a bunch of like emo, nihilistic, dead orbit worshipping, everything's doomed anyway, so fuck it, let's kill everything.
Mm-hmm.
Joker wannabe dudes from The Dark Knight running around going, I'm darkness and evil. No. Nobody wants this. People say they want darkness powers, but they don't want darkness powers.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. It's antithetical to the entire idea of what Destiny is supposed to be, where, you know, these guardians created by the Traveler to defend the Traveler and defend humanity and defend the light. Oh, well, now we're just evil because reasons. Like, I get it when, like, Dredge and you have your bad apples, right? But that's not the player. That's a piece of lore that's really interesting,
Mm-hmm.
and
so you
know,
don't think
it's
the player should be the darkness.
It makes no sense. Why are you trying to destroy the world? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
No, yeah. I completely understand that. Hopefully, they do set up the story right over the next few months and with the next expansion, so it can lead up to it perfectly. I hope.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
And then it also says that this game will most likely be on the next generation console, which I'm curious to see. Like, and that leads me to my next question: what can be the next generation? Like, what can get more powerful than my One X?
Anything, but
I mean, but when you think of next generation consoles, what can be next generation consoles now? Improved graphics even more?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
but
right now, the big selling point of the Xbox One X is the fact that they're saying it'll do 4K 60 frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
Where Xbox now is kind of taking a step back from that, and they're focusing on frame rates over resolution,
Mm-hmm.
which is a massive improvement.
Mm-hmm.
I will take 1080p 60 frames per second over 4K 30 every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And for those who sit there and say, "Oh, there's no difference," that's telling me either A, you are jaded, B, you don't want to admit the truth, or C, you have never seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a difference.
Well, it's not even just that. Like, our eyes do cap out, but there's a huge difference between what you see and your reaction time.
Yeah.
And that 60 frames definitely goes into more of the mental, what your brain's reading instead of what your eyes are reading and what your reaction time is. There's a huge difference, man. Like, you go from playing a 60 frame per second game to a 30, and you just know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It hits you like a baseball bat, man.
When you go from 60 to 30, it's as if you're watching one of those. You ever see those old school flip books where it has like a little stick figure and you grab it and you flip it, and as the pages are going real fast, it shows like, you know, the little stick figure running. That's what it looks like. Like when you go from 60 to 30, it's like you could see every single frame, and it's like da, 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 da. I'm telling you, man. I will take. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I will take 60 over 30.
I'm sorry.
Me personally?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
I'm a nerd, dude.
Yeah, I bought one a few months ago, and I absolutely love it. I love my One X.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
1080, 120 frames per second.
But yeah, I when you ask Jay what could be more powerful, I mean, right there in and of itself, higher frame rates right now are a must, especially with first person shooters.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
Now you guys will have to correct me if I'm wrong with this, because I've heard this and I don't know if it's true. Therefore, I'd like some support on this, or at least tell me if I'm wrong. Is it true that the 1000 voices actually does less damage on consoles when compared to PC?
It's a frame rate thing. Yeah, it's tied to frame rates.
There you go, Jay. There's another thing too. Higher frame rates refresh the game quicker. So from what now, I'm using quotes here for you guys who are listening on the podcast. Because the higher frame rates, you're getting more explosions, so it's doing more damage. At least that's what I've been hearing from other YouTubers and podcasters and stuff like that.
Right.
I am not.
No, there was.
I'm not a developer or anything like that, so I don't know.
We know there was some issues in the past with other things that are tied to frame rates. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of any.
No, there were other video games. Yeah, there were other video games.
Well, even just in Destiny, there was stuff that was tied to frame rates that had problems, but they've had to go back and fix.
Oh yeah. Voices? Wow, I did not know that.
So, I mean, right there, when you ask, what could be better? Well, with consoles and the higher frame rates, you're going to get a more consistent game across all the platforms. Yeah. I mean, the massive debate right now is whether or not cross-platform should be enabled. Is, and I hear it all the time. Console players seem as if they're. I don't want to use the term. I don't want to use the word fearful or afraid, but it's like all they say is, "Oh, I'm going to get my ass kicked in Crucible," and I understand why. It's not just frame rate. I mean, there's a lot more that goes into it.
Field of view. Oh, God, field of view.
Yeah.
Field of view is just
Yeah. But that being said, if you want cross-platform to be universal, that's one of the things. You got to have higher frame rates. Mm-hmm. Like everything has to be at a bare minimum for everything, across the board. And right now,
we're not set up for that. That's why cross-save will most likely happen.
Well, I don't even think it'll happen.
Here we go again.
Honestly, Jay, hey, listen, I got every console. I got PC, PS4, and an Xbox. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to cross-save,
you're okay with it.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, cross-platform is the better option.
I know. Yeah.
But anyways, we beat that horse last week. But what I'm really trying to say here is, with the consoles being a higher grade and being able to keep up with PCs, things like cross-platform play are more viable. They're easier to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Why I don't think we're even going to get cross-save, Jay, is because of the console exclusivity, which is an entirely different debate.
Oof, yeah.
Yep. I mean, there's ways that they could do it. Again, like I said last week, when I moved from the 360 to the One, I had the collector's edition, and this was back in Destiny 1. I had the collector's edition, and all my collector's edition content on the One was just grayed out. It said I didn't have the licensing for it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's an easy switch that they could just flip.
Yeah.
Well, not easy, but yeah. So yeah, guys, is there anything else you guys want to cover? And then we get into our ending question for the night. No.
Oh, I really can't think. I mean, like you said,
it was a slow news week.
Yeah, in terms of news, I mean,
it was a slow news week.
Yeah, there really wasn't too much.
We hit all the high notes.
Yeah.
I mean,
next week's gonna be good.
We got a big update coming up.
Yeah.
Got a big update coming up.
Okay.
So that would be nice to talk about once that hits and we can sink our teeth into it.
And then hopefully we'll have Thunderlord and.
I really want to see this murder mystery thing. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My intuition says it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm. It should be good.
I've heard the audio from Amanda and it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
That being said, the leaked audio from the Queen and the Ghost arguing, he gives her a slap down.
What's that?
Oh yeah, dude.
Ooh.
You want to talk about that real quick?
So would that be spoilers? Yeah. J-Ram, we'll let you settle this. Should we?
Hey, I don't care.
All right, go for it.
Okay, then. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Well, the data mine files they found says that the or audio files state that the Dreaming City cycle will last 7 cycles, and it gets pretty bad because the ghost is like, what are we even doing at this point? It's not going to stop. We keep chipping away at it, but it just resets. And then he like gives the queen this slap down. Like, what are you doing? Your people are dying. They're trapped. And you're just chilling here like nothing. Like, what kind of ruler are you? And the queen's like, you don't know what I've sacrificed. I was like, damn.
I hope the queen says it just like that.
Good acting.
I hope she says
Yeah,
it.
Mr. De Niro.
I was TLDRing, you know.
But did you guys? I think it was you who sent this to me, Joker, about the whole that we're gonna go back to old Russia soon.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how that's played out.
That seems like it's going to be part of that murder mystery for Ives.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
I cannot wait.
This may be an unpopular opinion.
Uh oh.
But if they released D1 on PC, I would play the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, so
dude,
would I.
who wouldn't?
So would I.
What?
Oh
Absolutely.
God! If they just said here, $40 everything,
Oh
I
my
would
gosh.
I would swipe my card in a heartbeat.
They would have to bring back trials for that. Like just exactly the way the game is now.
No PvP, just PvE. Just give me that.
I don't know.
Just give me PvE.
Okay. All right. And the raids and all that. All the raids.
$40, man. I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yes. Bungie, if you're listening.
Yeah,
Please.
I would do that in a
That would
heartbeat.
be a great Christmas present. Oh, Bungie, please.
I don't think it's gonna happen. But what's interesting is it sounds like at least we're getting. Remember the 2014 demo for Destiny 1 when they showed it off, and you got where they fly in, where it's all the wrecked cars were brought back to life.
Yeah.
And you got the one area, and then you've got the kind of the back door to that, where you've got the ships and stuff, and you fought the spider tank. It sounds like that's what we're getting, and then that's it. It's not going to be the whole. Obviously, it's not going to be the whole Cosmodrome, if that even. But here's my thing: if they're going to go through all the trouble of bringing that much Cosmodrome back, which is probably why we saw the Dreadnought glitch, is because they brought back a part of the Cosmodrome, or they brought back a part of Destiny 1.
Oh, yes, the raids, please.
I don't necessarily think we're going to get the raids back, obviously.
I know.
But if they're going to bring the Cosmodrome back, if they've gone to this level of bringing all of that content forward, could that be the new location for the December DLC?
I don't know. See, you're going to run into the situation where people are going to start screaming, copy and paste content.
I don't think there's going to be a large portion of the community saying that, though.
Oh, I do.
Oh, no, it will be.
People love the bitch, dude. People love the bitch. My thing
I'll
is,
probably even take a jab.
you want to reuse content. I say go for it as long as it's meaningful.
Yes.
As long as it's meaningful, then I'm okay with it. I would love it if they gave us Earth back. Like they just opened up everything. I'd be like, holy shit, this is fantastic.
I would say I would love
as
to see
long as it's meaningful.
I would love to see the Dreadnought.
And
we're going to.
One of the big things that for me, it's like when we get exotic weapons back, like we get the Destiny 1 exotic weapons back, it always comes as part of the DLC. Right, so it's like we're paying for that, so that leaves a bitter taste in people's mouth. If we got a suite of exotics, with the DLC, and then like maybe 3 months later, they're like, "Here's an exotic weapons pack for free," and it's just a bunch of D1, weapons for free. Done. Like nobody would bitch. It's all about how you bring back reskin content.
You think that could work though? Like a pack?
Oh yeah. Why not? It already exists. It already, like, you don't even have to like make up any lore for that. You just started finding engrams that had Thunderlords in them. Like that's what we're gonna do with machine guns, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Excuse me, sorry. It's allergies.
God bless you.
Thank you. But yeah, I would love to see. I hope the Dreadnought comes back fast in old Russia. But yeah, I can definitely see that them bringing back old locations and throughout, like in all the annual pass releases, I could definitely see them doing that.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And again, we have the Infinite Forest, and they could do stuff.
Oh yeah.
They could do stuff with the Infinite Forest, but
I hope
it is what it is.
That. Oh yeah. All right, guys. So, ending question for the night will be: what is your favorite, like, desserts and treats and sweets? J-Ram, you first.
Come back to me.
All right, Joker.
I don't eat a lot of sweets, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna give the like basic white girl answer. Anything that's pumpkin spice.
Oh
Dude.
my gosh.
I absolutely love pumpkin
You're
spice.
such a whitey, man.
Right.
God,
Oh,
yeah.
gosh. So for me,
I absolutely sorry.
no, you're fine. It's me.
I
Like,
was just thinking
personally,
about it because I got these cupcakes downstairs, dude,
They're
and
pumpkin
they're
all
like
day.
the really good, like high-end cupcakes,
Mhm.
and they've got the cream cheese in the center and the pumpkin spice cake, and they've got the topping on top of it with the drizzle that's pumpkin cinnamon. Oh, it's so good.
Sounds
I can't
really
remember what they're
good.
called. You get them at Walmart though. They're like 4 in a box or whatever.
I will look for that. I do like pumpkin though. I do like pumpkin, so it's good. J-Ram, are you ready to go or not yet? Or are you still thinking?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I'm ready to go. I really like anything lemon. So like lemon cake or like a lemon sorbet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
You know what I'm talking? Like, like when you go to those fancy restaurants and like sometimes in between meals they give you like that little lemon sherbet thing that like is supposed to cleanse your palate.
Yo.
I guess I've never been to a fancy restaurant. I've been to fancy restaurants, but I've never had that. Or maybe they brought it to me and I was just like, I'm not eating that.
Maybe, I don't know. I
Maybe,
bet.
yeah.
Listen, that happened to me like once or twice.
Mhm.
So it's not like it's like a all day, everyday occurrence.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
nice lemon.
But yeah, it's like I really like that. And then I guess since it's the time of the season right now, I really like pumpkin cookies.
Oh my God. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Going back to Walmart, not sponsored, but they have these pumpkin spice snickerdoodle cookies. They are so fucking amazing. Oh,
Spicy
sorry.
snickerdoodle. I do like pumpkin though. I do like pumpkin, but I don't eat pumpkin enough. Like this time of the season, I don't eat enough pumpkin. I don't know why. I don't, but I do like pumpkin pie a lot. I do. Oh, that's so good. So my snack is, so there's this restaurant at Universal called Toothsome Chocolate Factory, right? And they have these milkshakes that's like ridiculous, crazy. Can you guys see this picture? You guys see like the
Absolutely
cake
not.
on top?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
there's a cake also inside the milkshake. It's amazing. But these milkshakes are like $13. So it's a cake on top and inside the milkshake, and they have so many different flavors. Like this one I think was like the red velvet one.
So what you're
And then-
saying is it's a cake surrounded by melted ice cream.
Yes. But it's so good. Like I had one the other night because I go there a lot now with my discount because I had one. It was like sprinkles on the glass, and then it was like a confetti cake on top, and then cake inside. Oh my god, that's amazing! But can you guys believe I'm also lactose intolerant? Like I can't be eating this stuff. It's bad. It's bad afterwards. But it's
Yeah.
so
That's the
good.
stomach cramps.
It's
No, I feel
oh
it.
my gosh, yes.
I
but
feel
it's
it.
so
I know
good.
exactly what you're talking about.
It's so good though. I love ice cream though. I love ice cream. I love milk, but I can't eat it. It's bad afterwards. But yeah, that's my favorite dessert. J-Rem, if you ever come to the Orlando area, you know we're going to Toothsome's. We're going to Toothsome Chocolate Factory for your dinner. Joker,
I will
you
sit
too,
there.
man. We're all
I will
going.
sit there and watch
We're all going.
while
You
you
gotta
and my
go
wife.
to the
indulge.
Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, no,
Oh my God,
that's
they have-
my mom's
they have
favorite
some good
restaurant.
steak,
I
dude.
don't like cheesecake.
They have some
I'm not a
great
cheesecake
steaks.
person. I'm not.
I hate.
They
Let's
have
be.
pumpkin spice cheesecake, and it's amazing.
Oh.
I don't like sweets at all. That's why this question.
What?
Yeah,
I
that's
thought-
why this.
Yeah,
this
no, I'm the
question
same
was
way.
really hard for me, man.
What?
I
I
would
don't
much
eat candy though. I don't like candy.
Jay, I would pick a bowl of potato chips over
Oh yeah, no.
something sweet
We're
every
totally
single day.
different. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't like chips that much. Except
I
for
have
salt
to.
and
Mine's
vinegar.
chips.
like spicy Cheetos or something. Like the
Mhm.
triple X spicy Cheetos. I love those.
Jay, I even take it as far as I will put potato chips in
Ice cream.
different.
Don't say that.
No.
Oh,
I will I'll put them in different environments. For example, I really like Pringles. Put them in the freezer for about an hour or two, and then eat them that way. Eat them cold. Yeah. Now you guys are making the face. I get it.
That
I get it. But
just sounds like cold, salty Pringles.
Yeah.
dude, they're delicious.
Does that have
Just-
like the frozen frostbite on it? Like no.
No. No,
Just-
because
just-
there's no moisture in it, dude.
So
It's not gonna get yeah.
Well, I'm not a scientist. Sorry.
No, but okay. I used to live in a shitty apartment, and we had to put like any open food in the freezer or bugs would get to it. And so I would do that with like the Frito-Lay's spicy chips, and so I think if it turns
there's another
the
one.
exact same way, then yeah, that.
Okay, I have to try that.
Yeah, everybody always looks at me funny when I say that. And then I'm like, well, when you go to a Mexican restaurant, they give you tortilla chips that are warm. It's the same thing. It's just I'm cooling them down. So in other words, chips taste differently depending on the temperature they are.
It's like water.
So how about this question? What is your favorite pasta? Do you guys eat pasta or no?
No.
Nah.
Oh my God, Jay.
Pasta is for Quakers.
Dude, I grew up poor. We like all we had was like pasta, like almost every freaking night.
Same here, Joker. That's why I hate mac and cheese and hot dogs.
What?
Yep.
I love lasagna.
I probably went like 10 years without eating pasta, only to like recently break that because I found this really good ramen place.
Yeah, no, I don't like pasta at all. Although I will eat it if I am like hungry as hell.
Okay. So your wife doesn't cook pasta at all, like spaghetti?
Oh no, no, she'll make it for herself. But
Yeah, same here. My wife's a vegetarian, dude. I'm not. So we have completely
different meals.
dietary.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. I thought I had good questions for tonight.
No, you had great questions.
You have great questions, and we just suck.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, one more. What is your favorite breakfast item?
I don't eat breakfast.
Oh, you know what? Good night, guys.
You know what? Hold on. I'll help you out with this, Jay.
Oh
I'm with Joker. I really don't eat breakfast that much, but
Okay.
for the last like month, I've been on this kick where I will get, and there's probably a name for this. I don't know what it is, but all I get is a burrito shell, refried beans, a dippy egg. You know, like an egg that you could dip in and the yolk comes out,
Yeah.
and hot sauce, and I just put all that in a burrito and just eat it like
breakfast burrito.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's like an actual there's a name for that. You know, like I had it when I went to Austin for my sister-in-law's wedding. The restaurant I went to had that as like one of the.
That sounds like something you'd get in Texas.
Yeah, and it was delicious. So I've been making them ever since. Like I
Nice.
really like them a lot, and it's really easy to eat. The only thing is, if you bite down into the burrito and you get to the yolky part of the egg and it explodes. You gotta watch it.
If you're not expecting it, yeah.
It can get messy. So what I do is I'll poke the egg with a fork first, and then I wrap it up.
Yeah, I feel it.
That way I avoid that whole messy situation.
I just like oatmeal. I love oatmeal.
You're such a square.
Like
You're like 70 years old.
If
love
I eat
oatmeal with some cinnamon in it, like it has to be fresh oatmeal, not the instant one. The instant one is not. It has to be like the fresh oats. You gotta put them in the pot, warm it up. That's amazing. All right.
the closest thing I think I get to like breakfast food is like a protein shake or something in the morning.
Yeah.
Those are whack.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
kidding.
dude,
you guys are
we're gonna get-
awesome.
No, dude, if you take
kidding.
the vanilla whey protein and orange juice is really good.
Oh, that sounds absolutely.
It sounds absolutely disgusting. And when my wife told me to try it, I looked at her and the words like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" came out of my mouth. And then I did it and it tastes like a dreamsicle.
Ugh, see, I don't like sweets like that. So that turns
that's
me off right there.
That's true.
All right.
Yeah,
guys.
Jay, I am salty all around.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. All right,
beef
guys. Well, thank you
No.
guys so much for watching this episode of the DTR Podcast, which I'm the only one here who eats normal food, you know, out of all the hosts. I'm kidding.
Hey, I mean, like I eat like once a day, dude. Like
It's okay, guys. It's okay. I'm just messing with you guys. All right, guys. So where can we find you guys on social media? Joker, you first.
I am over on DSR_Joker on the Twitter net, and you can find me at Darkside Royalty Lore on the YouTubes.
Nice. J-Ram, how about you, my man?
You can find me at J_DTR.
Okay. Nice. All right. And you guys can find me at J_Rambo9119. Yes. Oh yeah. We
Perfect.
should just like switch spots one night. Like all of us should just like switch, right? Yeah.
Well, Halloween is coming
Bro,
up.
I just almost fucked up my own Twitter handle. I don't think I can remember when I'm here.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I was like, what is my Twitter handle?
Now,
Dude,
speaking
I've done that before.
No, speaking of Halloween, have you guys seen the new Halloween movie?
No,
No.
I'm seeing it this weekend.
I saw it last night. It was amazing. It was actually
Okay,
really
good.
good.
I'm
I
very
really
excited.
enjoyed it.
There are 2 movies that I have to see in theaters. That and that new movie Overlord.
I did not hear about that one.
I think it's Overlord. Oh, let me Google this
See,
real
now,
fast.
I've never seen any other Halloween movie, so this one was my first one, and I really, really enjoyed it. Like, you can go in not seeing any of the other ones and still know what's going on. Like, you can still know the story and everything. It was actually really good.
Yes, it's called Overlord, and it comes out November 9th, I think.
November 9th.
I'm looking.
All right.
Okay.
November
this
8th.
sound-
November 8th.
November
This is
8th.
gonna sound nerdy as fuck. But the only movie I'm looking forward to seeing in theaters is the new Dragon Ball Z Brawling movie.
Yes.
I did not know they were making that. I did not know
Yes.
they were making that.
It's
I
canonical Brawly. It's gonna be awesome.
I thought you were gonna say like Captain Marvel. I was like, yes.
Nah, dude, fuck that.
Ba-
I'm so burnt out on like Marvel superhero movies at this point. I'm just like,
we're
eh.
gonna go ahead and end the show, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this week. We'll see you all next week, guys. Bye, Guardians.
Later.